So when you live in New Jersey, you have a New Jersey accent. When you live in the South, you have a Southern accent. If you were to go to Paris, would you have a French accent?
Probably.
Or Italy, you would have an Italian
I
accent
think I just copy accents wherever I'm at. I
to
think
fit in.
yeah,
That's your chameleon.
I'm some sort of accent chameleon. I just pick it up instantly. Yeah. So if we talk long enough, I'll end up with an Arizona accent, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
So I want to learn more about you. We hang out a little bit in the Write Like Stephen King stuff. And I thought what was intriguing was one day you said, my nursing duties call. My wife is a nurse.
Oh, yeah,
And so I've got a lot of respect for nurses. So I'd love to hear more about your background and your nursing and what
sure.
else you do and what brought you to the to write and yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, your wife is a nurse.
Hmm.
It's a tough profession. It's a noble one, of course,
Yeah.
because you're a giver and that's what is needed to be good at it, I think. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I worked on in a hospital on a very busy unit. It was with diabetics and renal patients. It was a med surge unit and really busy. We would to um, have 5 or 6 patients, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot if all the stuff that you're doing if you don't have any tech support or anything. Anyway, you just get inundated with giving, 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 and having to sort of, I guess, neglect yourself in a way. There's a lot
Hmm.
of stories of nurses who have had 30, 40-year careers and they finally retire and only to retire to have a stroke or a heart attack or something. It's really kind of sad that we do that to ourselves, but in a way, the adrenaline that is kicked into your body every day, especially if something is going wrong with a patient, it takes its toll on the human body. But the human body is what got me into nursing. I was fascinated in my A&P class in college, and I thought, this is great, this amazing stuff. And I used to think it was the heart that was the most important organ of the body, and it is, of course, the brain, heart. But once I started working with the kidneys and learning more and more about them, think about this, Andrew. This is my favorite thing to think about when I talk about kidneys. So you have an organ that takes in blood, right? And it goes through this tubule, this convolution of things, and that same organ spews out golden fluid, urine, right? So in
Hmm.
goes blood, it goes through a tubule, and out comes urine. That's a magic thing, you know? That's just pure magic to me. When uh, how do it know? How do it do it? And it does. And it just and when it operates, it's great. It operates wonderfully. But when it doesn't, you're screwed, man. You got to make that urine. So anyway, that's why I love nursing is the human body and the interesting things that how it's designed and what we have to do to keep it healthy and stuff. Is your wife a nurse on a hospital floor or was
She
she?
was so she when I first met her, she was working at the hospital in the cardiac unit.
Mm, yeah, I
Um,
used to do that too.
and then she went and worked at a private practice, a cardiology private practice for a
Oh,
while. She like a
mhm.
doctor's nurse. Um, and then she transitioned. She got this incredible opportunity and job to be the nurse for the North Carolina State Highway Patrol, and she was like the nurse for the entire academy and all active patrol. So it was,
Oh, wow.
yeah, she was like the like ran the whole medical office. I mean, there was an assistant that worked in the medical office, and doctors would kind of float in and out. There was like a medical director doctor that would and multiple doctors that would float in and out, but there wasn't like a second nurse.
Oh,
And so it was that whole
that's high
thing.
stress,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Like when she wasn't there, it was like, well, there's no nurse there, right? So
Mhm.
it was, and she did that whole thing. She was there for, man, close to a decade or around a decade. She all through COVID, she was there. And then more recently, she transitioned about a year ago to operate her own private practice as a holistic health coach. So
Oh,
she's got this board certification nurse. It's like the prerequisite is you're a
yeah.
nurse, and then you can go be a board certified nurse who is
Mhm.
also a holistic wellness coach. So
Yeah.
she's been doing that for the past year full time, a little bit over a year.
Oh, good. Well, that sounds very rewarding,
Yeah.
And if she's going to be in nursing for any length of time, I think that's a wise move for her to do something as, independent.
Yeah, yeah, she's young. I mean, she's 40.
Oh, my
Uh,
goodness. Yeah.
yeah, and she had been, in nursing for well over a decade, for like 15 years or something like that. And I think she was starting to get to that, she's one of these give everything, just give care for
Hmm.
everybody else except for herself kind of a person.
Yeah. That's it. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah,
What calls nurses.
yeah. So
And
it
you
was,
go out to a public place. After I retired in 21 or 22. Anyway, and I would go out to a public place or to church or to, just some place where there were a lot of people, and I'd be looking around and seeing, oh, somebody's doing such and such. I better go talk to them. I better tell them. It's
mhm.
hard to give that interest, up and just be quiet. You don't
Yeah,
need to go help everybody, Pam. You
yeah.
just need
Well,
to.
yeah, and it feels like I mean, I can't speak for her or you, but it seemed like it was an obligation at times. I mean, I can remember being at concerts with her, and she'll still say it to this day. She's still a nurse, right? So we'll be out at, a concert or doing something out in public, and people start to act like idiots, maybe get too drunk, or maybe, when people start acting like idiots, she's like, please don't make me have to be a nurse. Like, I'm trying to be
Yeah.
having fun, and you're gonna make me be a nurse because you're gonna do something dumb, and I'm gonna have to go, go help you.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
not always people being idiots, sometimes it's yeah, we went to a theater production, went to see a show, and some
Oh, yeah.
like a heat stroke, and fell out in the audience. And
Oh,
and then somebody gets up like, is there a doctor anywhere? And of course she's like, well,
you
I
got
gotta
it.
go. Yeah, I gotta go
Yeah.
help this person. And so it's like you live with that obligation to help people when you walk out your door.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's a burden.
Well, yeah, it's just I don't know, personality, I think, more,
Yeah. So
more
you
than anything.
retired. How long were you actively nursing?
Well, I went into nursing late. I was in my 50s when I went to nursing school. And so I was actively, I graduated from nursing in 2009 and I retired in 21. So you do the math, but um, the um, the kids had grown,
Yeah.
and gone out on their own. it was just Lee and I decided to go back to school. And just, I was, like I said, my A&P class was so
Mhm.
fascinating. I thought, oh, maybe I'll go be a doctor, into
Mhm.
medicine. But the um, the whole thing, I needed to get into the workforce. So the whole thing kind of filtered into nursing. And then I just kind of fell in love with floor nursing. I really
Mhm.
liked it a lot. It was hard, but and it was time to leave when I did leave. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
before that, it was a stay-at-home mom, and we have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls, and my husband's a golf pro. He's retired now, of course. He's 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 got his health issues and stuff,
Mm.
so we're struggling through those. And yeah, that's how we met. Is I thought maybe I wanted to be a golf pro, so I took up golf, and I wanted to go play golf for the rest of my life. The things we think of when we're in our 20s, right? But anyway, I met Lee, and we decided to get married and have kids, and everything else went backseat.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, back seat, but front seat. Those kids were front seat, I get it sounds like.
well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We really did have some good times with the kids, and loved every minute of it. They're all grown now and on their own.
Sounds like you did
Um,
it. Sounds like in many ways you did it right. I mean, it's lovely that you could at the point of becoming an empty nester go like into a nearly 2 decade long, I can't do math, but it sounded like a nearly 2 decade long nursing career. Uh, at the point of becoming an empty nester. What a wonderful story that is. And I mean, there's so many young parents these days trying to balance being a working professional and taking care of kids.
yeah, I don't know how they do it,
Hmm.
you know, such a responsibility with what's going on in public schools and just in society in general.
Yeah,
Man, what a responsibility.
yeah.
Do you guys have kids?
I do. Abby and I are this is my second marriage. She has no kids. She's a stepmom to my kids, and she's an
Mm,
incredible
mm-hmm.
stepmom. My kids are grown, 24-year-old daughter. She and I are estranged. I'm estranged from my daughter.
Oh,
Um,
that's the story.
that's a story. Yeah, that's a whole story. And then my son's 22, and he and I are really close. He comes over to dinner once a week, and yeah, but all grown up, jobs, both of them, they've got their
Yeah.
jobs, they've got their lives, they're independent, which is fantastic. So you know, it's like I became an empty nester
Mm,
about the point I was late 40s,
mm-hmm.
and then, Abby and I have been married for 10 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's an important milestone, isn't it?
it
What's the
is.
10-year anniversary? I forget.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Silver, maybe? I don't know.
I might need to read up on that before that
Yeah,
comes.
you have plenty of time.
Yeah, I do. I got a couple of months. I got a couple of months.
Okay, don't forget.
Yeah, it is a milestone. It's kind of hard to believe. I mean, honestly, yeah, it's like time just it vanishes. It feels like just yesterday I was losing a marriage, and now I'm like, celebrating 10 years into one, and it's like,
Yeah,
wow, okay, yeah, that's
yeah. Isn't that a wonderful thing about life? You never know, and you think at the moment of your saddest point, how can anything be okay ever again. And then 10 years down the road, here you are,
Hmm.
taking Abby out to dinner, to a show,
Hmm.
having great bike rides together. Who would have thunk that that path that you decided to go on would lead to this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. That's like the message of life, right? Like
Yeah,
at the deepest, darkest, saddest times, there's just always some unexpected beautiful thing on the other side.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't give up that thought. Just know that it's okay. It might be raining now, but there's sunshine coming, you know, and it's usually greater than before if you let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time. I mean, I feel like I can count a handful, like probably one hand's worth of absolute, like this is the end of the world.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, just completely unexpected reinvention of me and life and uh way greater than I could possibly have imagined.
Very blessed. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the key. Keep it going.
Yeah.
This podcast is, I think, amazing. This is the greatest thing that our group has come across. Don't you think? I
I
sit here, when we're on in the group chats and stuff, I sit here and I look at your background and I make up stories about about your bikes. And I used to ride bikes when I was in my 20s and stuff. I rode up South Mountain almost every week on my bike with
Wow.
my friends, and yeah, riding bikes. It's great. I see these wonderful. What kind of bikes are those? Mountain bikes?
Yeah, this one here is a Reeb. It's a full suspension mountain bike that's built in Colorado, like handmade in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Actually, both of these bikes are handmade in Colorado. This one is a Moots, which I call it a gravel bike. It's made for like riding long distance in the woods, like on Jeep trails and gravel roads and like tougher terrain, but longer distance riding. And
Yeah.
that one's was built. It's titanium. It's built in Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Oh, okay. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard of a Peugeot?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I have from, let me see, how old is that Peugeot?
I bet it's a white. Is it a white bike, like painted white?
It's not,
It's
no,
not.
it's a green bike, and it's the kind that has the handlebars turned under and you lean over,
Yep.
you're riding, and it's got the bike clips and the hand brakes. And this
Uh-huh.
was back in the late 70s, early 80s, is
Mm-hmm.
that bike. So how old is that? That's at least 50 years old, right?
Late 70s, early 80s is 40,
40 some years old.
40 something years old. It must have had the shifters that were like the
Yeah,
the
down
friction.
on, uh-huh.
Yeah,
It
on
had
the down tube or whatever. Yeah.
yeah. And I rode that bike from Phoenix down to Tucson. I rode that up South Mountain
Wow.
almost every week down to the Ramada. This group that I belong to, we rode our bikes a lot. It was fun. Yeah.
That's great. Have you ever written about that? Have you ever written about your biking stories?
No, I haven't yet. Should I
Those,
do that?
yeah. Those would be fun to write about.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, I'm going to write that one down. It was a different life then.
What are you going to read today?
Well, I I I when I retired from nursing, it was a sort of a time of thawing out. because it's so intense and your emotions are all kind of pent up. And like I said, you put yourself on hold. And
Hmm.
so I retired and it was dawning on me how, well, how much life has passed and how much more do I have left. And, retirement is kind of different. If I've been active all my life, I've been somebody that does a lot of stuff. And here I am retired and I started having these funny dreams, just really strange dreams. But this one night I had a dream and it occurred to me that maybe I should write this down. And um, so I started writing about the dream. And then I turned it into more of an allegory. And
Mm,
it's mostly true, mostly. So I thought maybe I'd read that. But
that sounds lovely. Yes.
okay,
I want to hear the allegory dream.
allegory. I had a dream. Does that sound Martin Luther King? I had a dream last night. The setting of my dream was in a crowded restaurant, beautifully decorated with elegant table linens and dishes. One wall featured a French door and ceiling to floor windows looking over a glorious country garden full of flowers. In this dream, I emerge out of the crowd of people who are milling about in the room, chatting and eating and having a relaxing Sunday brunch. As I come into focus in my dream, I walk to the center stage. The background behind me blurs as the foreground comes into focus. In front of me in the foreground, I see three dear friends from my past sitting in a booth, talking and laughing, obviously enjoying each other's company. There's an empty seat at this table, and I am beckoned to sit and join these dear friends. After initial greetings, the conversation continues, and I adoringly listen and laugh at the banter between these lovely ladies. They're laughing at a man all three had a crush on. He's in the crowd, but not a part of the picture. One of my friends is making fun of him, pretending not to be interested or attracted to him at all. Quote, I know for a fact he has a fixation with his mother, said one of my friends. She's that masculine looking woman he came in with, she states. He's wearing her aftershave. I can smell them from here. We all laugh hysterically as good friends so often do. Time slips by so easily, and I must leave. Reluctantly, I stand up to put on my coat and hug them goodbye, one by one, all the while knowing I will not see them ever again. My blonde friend to the left, her name is Beauty, embraces me and tells me she will miss me. The second friend, with an athletic build, blows me a kiss, not wanting to linger over long goodbyes. Her name is Youth. And the third woman, so smart and witty, afraid of nothing, held my hand, gave it a squeeze, and said au revoir for now. Her name is Self Confidence. And so I bid my farewells to beauty, youth, and self confidence, the three best friends any girl could have. It's getting late and I must go now, I said. Thank you for everything. Why must you go? They asked. We've had such little time together. I must go because I'm meeting that handsome man over there, the one we were laughing about. I mustn't keep him waiting any longer. But no, you are in my thoughts. Much love. Goodbye. I turn from the table, walk a few steps back to center stage where that handsome man greets me and gently takes my arm in his. He escorts me out through the French door into the glorious garden. I ask him his name. He says, I am called Mortality, and it is time we go to meet my mother. She is a lovely person if you treat her right, but she can be a bitch if you don't. Her name is Old Age. The end.
Wow.
That's my dream.
That is a beautiful and scary dream.
Yeah, it was poignant.
Yeah.
And I think of it often. There's I don't know. It's just it was an emotion and I
Yeah.
had to write it down.
So beauty, youth, self-confidence, you're walking away from these three women. And
Yeah.
now if future you comes back to the table, who's the fourth woman sitting at the table?
Mm. Well, her name is Old Age for sure. And maybe her son Mortality might be there. I don't know.
Maybe, but is she old age or do you come or is she wise? Like,
Mm.
you know,
Yeah. Maybe that's a new friend, huh?
yeah. Is there who's
Wisdom.
yeah, wisdom's hanging out at the table? Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe tolerance.
there you go.
Mm. Some new patience, maybe. I don't know. That's a good idea. Maybe
Yeah.
another dream's waiting to happen, huh?
Yeah, right. I
Mm.
mean, or yeah, you make the dream, make the dreams come true, you know?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, beautiful story. I need to ask you a favor because which is I'm gonna need you to come on to the show again around
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah. Are we talking about something that I wrote recently?
Yeah, I want that character to come out, but everybody has to wait until Halloween. We'll just leave it at that.
I should have more of it completed by Halloween, but I still have a little in me if you want to hear it again.
I mean, if you just want to give us, if you want to give everybody just a little taste of what they can expect around Halloween, just not the whole story, just a nugget, just a short snippet, a preview of the Halloween show.
Okay, maybe a little bit about Billy. Billy's a cool guy. This is not about Billy. This is the very beginning. Marcia found it on the front porch swing. She read the note again and again for the third time, not believing what she read. Dear Gary and Marcia, just wanted to drop you a line while thinking about our lovely day together at the beach. You may not remember meeting me, but your daughter certainly does. You should ask her. Oh, wait. You can't ask her. She's not with you, is she? Cute as a button, your 4-year-old Emily. So very polite and helpful, especially when I told her my puppy was lost. She came with me, no problem. Got right into my car. We were in the front yard of your grand old colonial. Such a sumptuous place. You must be very proud. Well, anyway, she's here now, asking about you both, of course, and wondering why you haven't come to take her home yet. Sweetest thing, she had a tear trickling down her cheek when she asked about her Bubba. I'm guessing her little brother is napping about now, right? Oh, better go check. Can't let another one get away, can we? I understand you can't rush right out and deliver ransom money. No, probably not. Besides, it is quite a large sum, $10 million. It may take some time to gather that much. Did Daddy leave a trust fund? I hope so. but I know you can put it together. Let's say by 9 o'clock tonight. I'm enclosing a map of where to drop it. Please be on time. I get so impatient when people keep me waiting. Enclosed is a lock of her golden curls. I know you will hurry this along, and that way I won't have to chop away at any other body parts of this precious treasure. A finger here, a big toe there. You know what I mean, I'm sure. It's been lovely chatting with you. Until tonight at 9. Sincerely, Beachcomber. Ta-da.
Well, everybody's just gonna have to wait until Halloween to find out what happens.
That's right. Tune in October. Beachcomber should be done. Oh my gosh, what a
Wow, so
day.
much fun. It's amazing the range, like the ability to read the dream and the beachcomber uh back to back is just incredible.
They're not so different, are they?
You did. Well, there you go. Maybe there's two sides to that story.
Combine them. That would be good.
Wow. Okay, so now do you
Okay.
kn- do you want to play the whole mind game? Do you know all about the whole mind game?
Oh, I want to try it. Yes. I mean, I don't. How did how did it get going? What's the story behind it?
What's the origin of the whole mind game?
Uh-huh.
Uh, I mean, I made it up. So I made up this game.
Uh-huh.
I like to say it's my way of democratizing non-dual thinking or holding tensions simultaneously. Like just one of my most favorite creative tools is is like yes and thinking, holding, two things that are in tension at the same time. And the yes and thinking is like one of the tools of improv acting. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the improvisational actors.
Oh yeah.
They'll use that yes and to kind of like keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My son is one.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
Yeah.
then you know all about it. So I didn't make up yes and thinking. I didn't make up non-duality thinking. That there's it's everywhere. It's like Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance. It's
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's in yoga. It's like can you hold effort and ease at the same time in yoga? It's everywhere. That being said, I find that we are living in an era of this or that, black or white, yes or no, up or down, right and wrong, which I might have said twice. Um, and and I think it's a skill to learn how to hold two tensions at the same time. And wherever I see this kind of yes and thinking, it's a little bit elusive. It's like metaphorical, it's spiritual, it's like I resonate with it, like Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance. It's like, yes, I resonate with it, but you can't like necessarily, it doesn't feel practical or pragmatic.
Okay.
So I came up with the whole mind game as a way of saying, hey, let's play a game. The game helps us practice holding
Mm-hmm.
two opposites, and it's just a fun game. There's no right, there's no wrong. And so I made up this game, and I didn't realize how fun it was gonna be to play. I didn't realize how what the outcomes like I play the game with, we'll play the game, and when we're done, it's it's like, whoa, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
And so it's just turned into this uh I started this podcast. I don't know what I was doing. I'm like, I gotta have something unique. Like, what are we gonna do that's unique? I had already made up the game before the podcast, but I think one of the shows I said, hey, let's try this out. Let's play the whole mind game. It was kind of a hit. And so I just said, hey, let's make this an option to play anytime there's a guest on the show. I'll ask them if they want to play the game. And it's kind of turned into every guest is like, yeah, I want to play.
Okay, that's great. Is it kind of um is it kind of like fence riding a little bit? You
Explain
ride
that to me. Say
a,
what that is.
a fence riding is
Hmm.
well, if somebody says, are you or aren't you a conservative? And you say, well, sometimes I am, and sometimes
Hmm.
I'm not, and that kind of thing. And you don't really come down definitively on one side or the other.
Oh,
You
mm.
just ride the fence.
Got it. Got it. No,
It's
it's
not
actually
like that.
really different than that. It's really,
Okay.
really different than that. In fact, I think so. That kind of style sort of is around compromise. And
Mm.
I use my hands a lot, and not that everybody
Yeah,
can see
me too.
not that everybody can see my hands, but if we're if we see two sides of a story and we kind of like run down the middle of it, and we're making an argument for this one or that one, and we're kind of like we're not picking a side, we're just giving you the options of both. It's almost like you make the decision, you choose this or that, and I'm gonna kind of lay it out there in the middle for you.
Uh-huh.
This is, I'm going to take two things that seem like they can't possibly exist together, and we're going to show you that they can exist together.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
uh, unless you have a tension that I always like to give an option. Do you have a tension that you're dying to play or want to play, or do you want me to come up with one?
No, I want you to come up with it. I
Okay.
don't have anything.
I've got one that I haven't played with anybody yet. And I've been wanting to play it with my wife because she's a nurse, um, and we haven't yet.
Okay.
And so it'd
Well, you
be,
can practice with me.
yeah, I want to play it with you. I want to see what happens. So the tension, the two words. So the way the game works is there's two words that seem like they can't coexist.
Okay.
It's this or that, a rock and a hard place.
Mhm.
I ask six simple questions. We both answer. The questions are just what's the best of and the worst of each of these things. And then what's the best of the best and the worst of the worst. I'll guide us through it. It's pretty
Okay.
straightforward. The
Yeah.
hard part, which I struggle at, is I try to boil down the answer to one word or a short phrase, it's very difficult for me to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Get
but
you.
that's kind of like it's distilling it to this one word or short phrase that's kind of, I think, in the magic of the game. Um, So the game that I want to play with you is selfless and selfish. Just the first thing I like to do is rephrase it to end. The game is trying to help us to choose a life that is selfish and selfless and selfish.
Okay. So
Uh,
we at the end we'll come out with a phrase that combines both of those.
At the end, we get two things. At the very end, we get this sort of the synergy phrase like, what's the best of being selfish and selfless? And what's the shadow? There's like a dark side that we want to avoid. Um, that'll all come out of the game.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We have no idea where it's going to go.
Right. Well.
Which would you rather start with, selfish or selfless?
Probably selfish. That's
Selfish.
probably more easier.
All right. What do you think is the best part about being selfish? All the way. This is like all in on being selfish.
All in on being
Yeah, and the
selfish.
good, like what's really good about it?
I get what I want. Do I need one word or
I mean, you think it out. You can think it out loud. In the end, we're going to try to get it down to a word or a short phrase.
okay? So you get what you want, get your way. You don't have to give in to somebody else. Don't give in.
No giving in.
You kind of have a freedom a little bit,
Hmm.
in that you're not worried about what anybody else thinks or
Yeah, freedom. I
to
like
be.
that.
Now, are you going to come up with them?
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. So I've been thinking. Just because I came up with the game doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Okay, I won't
uh,
expect anything.
yeah, like what's the best part about being selfish, right? Like, to me, the word that I want to use, what comes to my mind is healthy. Like it feels so healthy because when I am selfish, I'm usually doing things like getting a massage. I like to, practice playing the guitar, riding my bike. So I feel like a lot of the times it's like the healthiest thing for me to do is is a selfish choice sometimes.
Hmm. Healthy, okay.
Like it's like take care number one. I taking good care of myself. Like the best part of being selfish is that I can take care of myself. I get to choose to take care of myself first.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. I see
Yeah,
that.
choose. It's like I'm gonna say choose self-care without any guilt.
Oh, there you go.
Choose self-care without guilt. That'll be my phrase.
Choose self-care without guilt.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So you get your way, you don't give in. There's a lot of freedom,
Hmm.
when you're selfish.
Yeah, and that can be healthy in a giving yourself self-care
Hmm.
and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah. All
That
right.
sounds pretty good. Okay.
Yeah, I like it. What is the worst thing about being selfish?
Well, this is kind of trite, but you miss out on giving, and they always, not that I want to use this phrase, it is better to give than to receive, but
Hmm.
you miss you miss an important thing. Giving is something important,
Hmm.
as a human being. It's it's kind of a gift in itself, to be giving,
Hmm.
and you miss that if you don't give,
Yeah.
if you're selfish, right?
Yeah. 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 You're missing out on giving a gift. Uh, it's like ringing like you're always taking, like you're sucking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good, yeah. So, um, this sucking idea, it kind of sucks you of a more noble or more a better way of living. It sucks it out of you.
Hmm.
So, I don't like the word noble though. Higher, more spiritual way. I'm gonna say sucks out the spiritual
Yeah.
aspect of life. I can't come up with just one word.
It's really hard. Sucks out the spiritual aspect of life. The worst part about being selfish. Weirdly enough, I'm gonna say I feel like it would be really lonely.
Mm, mm, that's really a good point.
I mean, if I just I'm just
Think
trying to
about
imagine.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if I just was selfish all the time, if I just did what I wanted to do all the time, every single time, I'm gonna ride my bike, I'm gonna get massages, I'm gonna play my guitar. I'm gonna do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. And I did that all the time, every day. I was just being selfish, taking care of me, me, me. I feel like I would eventually just be alone. Like, who wants to spend time with somebody that's just sucking? That's where the sucking, it's like I feel like people that are selfish like suck the air out of the room. They suck everything.
Hmm.
And I can't imagine anybody wanting to be around me if like don't hang out with Andrew. He's that's selfish asshole.
Andrew,
I'd end up being lonely. It seems like such a
yeah,
lonely life.
that would be very lonely. It is
You
the
know,
whole thing.
it's like miss out on giving, miss out on sharing.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like that giving is like sharing, giving is sharing and we share our lives with other people. And if I was totally selfish, I wouldn't be sharing my life with anybody. I'd be too selfish to share my life with anybody.
Well, yeah, because if you're the center of your world
Hmm.
all the time, there's no room. And that's just expansion and expansion,
Yeah.
and it puts everybody else out, to
Yeah.
the periphery. And what really an empty life that could be.
Yeah. Lonely, empty.
Empty, empty, yeah.
Yeah, these are great words. Lonely, empty. It makes them miss out on giving. Like the first words out of your mouth were like miss out on giving, and like missing out on giving feels empty. It feels lonely.
Uh-huh.
So it all jives. All right, cool. Let's move on to
Okay.
selfless.
Okay.
So, what is the best part about being selfless?
The best part is bringing people in. You get to, we were just saying how you're the center of a selfish life, but other people, and what a variety. It's kind of like a flower garden with a lot of different variety of flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull all of these beautiful, wonderful flowers into your garden,
Hmm.
and not just this one prickly old, you know, cactus thing in the in the center. But you have a beautiful garden full of beautiful souls,
Yeah.
beautiful, wonderful people. Even if they're assholes, they're still beautiful. A beautiful
Yeah.
asshole, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, if you're totally selfless, then even the assholes look beautiful, right? So,
Yeah.
wow, what a beautiful image. Just all of the flowers and the colors and the variety.
Even the desert in the springtime, it comes, if it's even a little bit of rain, there's a carpet of flowers out in the desert. It's
Hmm.
just beautiful. So even the desert, the driest, most, you know, barren place on earth has beauty.
Hmm. Yeah. I like how you use potential, right? Like everything has the potential to be beautiful.
Yeah, potential.
It feels like it makes the world a better place. It makes the community around me better, right? If I'm just raising up everyone around me, that's all I'm
Hmm.
doing. If I'm raising them up, then it's like I'm surrounding myself with the best. Ooh, that's the potential, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
it's cultivating that garden, it's like watering the garden so that you're giving it the opportunity to be the most beautiful. I feel like it surrounds myself and everywhere with beauty and the best version of,
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. Of wonderfulness, right? It's
Yeah.
just all wonderful and different.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool when you let go of self and are selfless. there's things are wonderful.
Yeah. What a great word. I'm gonna write that one down.
Okay.
The best part of being selfless is wonderful. It's beauty,
Wonderful.
it's variety, brings out the best in everybody. I love it.
That's a really good point because I think it does. It if you are selfless, it does bring out selflessness in others.
Hmm.
And yes, the everything rises.
Hmm.
It all has that opportunity to rise to the higher realms of spiritual and well of just life. We live on a higher plane
Yeah.
than everyone else is when we are selfless and it kind of catches on, the ripple effect, maybe that sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like the basketball player who shares the ball the most, the one that's constantly making their teammates look good. It's like
Oh
if there's
yeah.
one person on the team that makes the other four players look amazing, then the team's probably winning,
Uh-huh.
because there's four people on the floor that are getting all the credit for winning all the games, but really it's this one person that's sharing so much of themselves that so yeah, raising all the ships around you, raising the
Yeah.
community around you.
High
Um,
tide raises all ships.
high tide raises all ships. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of like the phrase that I think about it for the
Yeah,
best of being selfless.
I like it. I like that phrase.
All right, what is the worst of being selfless?
I would say initially the thing that scares people, well, of the a fear of losing self.
Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way at all.
Well,
Yeah,
we have a built-in survival switch in us that can be threatened if you hear, oh, you have to give up self. Ooh, what about me? What about my survival?
yeah.
You got one?
I've got two that I'm thinking about. One has to do with burnout. I wanted to play this with you because I'm thinking about the nursing community and how selfless nurses are. The burnout, it's just like a grind, just like always giving, 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 and
Burnout, yeah.
and the burnout that happens. So burnout's one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
The other one I want to say is like get taken advantage of.
Oh,
It's sort of no wonder to me that nurses and teachers are some of the lowest paid professions because I feel like it takes selfless people to be nurses and teachers. And there's a lot of other professions too. But
yeah.
those professions that are just like givers, selfless, the selfless people that give, 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 they're so mission driven. They care so much about what they do that they're their own worst enemy to negotiate for to, for better pay, for better conditions, because it's like they're not going to give up on their patients, they're not going to give up on their students, and so they get taken advantage of.
Mhm. Yeah. That brings to mind a phrase of can you be a selfish giver in that sense that you hold back giving because you don't want to be taken advantage of, but you still want to give,
Hmm.
you
That's
know.
at the root of this game. That's what this game is all about.
Oh, now I see.
Can you be a selfless
Selfish.
and can you be selfish and selfless at the same time? Can you be selfish giver,
Giver.
right? Yeah, can
Yeah.
you do both? And that's where we're headed right now is
Yeah.
let's move right into it. So this is the way that I like to think about this next part of the game is rather than thinking about the words we started with, just
Okay.
kind of let them go for a minute. Just let the original words that we started with go for a minute, and we're going to try to think of a new word or short phrase that's
Okay.
just based on the best of the best of our previous answers. So just looking at the best of the best, the words we wrote down. So think about these words. We wrote down high tides, raising all ships, wonderful, freedom, not giving in, getting your way.
Oh, so we need a word or a phrase to embody all of those thoughts.
Hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. That phrase "get your way" keeps coming up, and
Hmm. How does someone get their way and they bring people in? They get their way and everyone else
yeah.
reaches their greatest potential.
So you get your way, giving people their full potential.
Hmm. Let's think of an example. So it's hard to come up with a word, but I'm thinking about that basketball player again that they're determined to win. They want to win.
Yeah.
They very selfishly want to win. They're determined to win and they're going to get their way. They're not going to give in. They're not they're not getting out of this thing without a championship. And the high tide raises all ships. They are the most generous person on the team. They share the ball the most with their teammates the most. They're constantly making their teammates look incredible,
Uh-huh.
and they manage to be the most selfless giver on the team, and they get their way. They win the championship. So what embodies that kind of a person?
I would say a leader. That's what,
Mhm. A leader, yeah.
isn't that a leader?
That is a leader. That sounds like a leader to me. It's funny, I didn't think about the word leader until I was done saying my little banter about the person. I thought it immediately. I'm
Oh,
like, I'm
oh, by
talking
the
about a
way,
lead. I'm talking about a leader.
yeah, there's a leader.
Be a
Uh,
leader.
be a leader. So that embodies both of those words, selfish, selfless, the best of those two things. We say the thing that makes those things together is being a leader.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is fun, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, like, let's think about it. Like, a leader would lead by example, right? So a leader would take care of a leader would choose self-care without guilt, right?
Yeah,
They would lead by
absolutely.
example.
Uh-huh.
They would also
They would want everyone in. They would want a whole variety of talent.
they would want a variety of talent, all the different, you said it. You said all the different flowers and all the colors and all the opinions and even the assholes have the potential to be
Yeah,
beautiful, right? So a leader would take the lowest performing people on the team and somehow, some way build them up, make them the best
yeah.
versions of themselves, right? A leader does that.
And in doing that, he's giving himself. He's giving, but for those selfish reasons of wanting a championship, or I don't know, would he even want to even think about what another person wants on the team?
Yeah, yeah,
Would
yeah.
that,
What is the t what is I mean the best leaders probably want what is best for the people that they're leading, right? Like
hmm
the selfless leader, the selfish, selfless leader would want the the people that they're leading to get what they want, not what they themselves want, right? So I would you would hope that if the leader of the basketball team that their players want to win too.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't have any
uh
holes there. Yeah, a selfish, selfless leader would want his team, and his team would want that too.
yeah. Yeah, the embodiment of this, like to me, the embodiment of selfless, selfish. I always use the example of the oxygen mask on the airplane example. You know,
Mm,
it's like the best way to care for the person next to you is to put the oxygen mask on yourself first. You have to be selfish, put it on me first, and then you can help the child or the person
mm,
that needs assistance next to you. Um, so like the nurse leader, let's like talk about the nurse leader would be one that takes good care of themselves, leads by
mhm.
example, takes good care of the nurses on the team, but then wants the same for the team, right? Would want
Right.
all of their nurses on the team to, hey, are you taking care of yourself? And because I want you need to put as a leader, I want you to put the oxygen mask on yourself first so you can help all the patients here
Mhm.
and be on, be in your best form while you're caring for other people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good embodiment of both of those.
I like
Yeah.
it, leader. We came up with one word.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's great. So
All
now
right,
we
so
have,
there's a dark side. We got to talk about the dark side for a minute because we got to
yeah.
know what to avoid. So we want to talk about the worst of the worst of being selfish and the worst of being selfless. So the words were miss out on giving, sucking, sucks out the spiritual aspect of life. It's lonely, it's empty. There's a fear of losing the self, burnout, and getting taken advantage of.
Hmm.
So who is this person that's getting burnt out all the time?
Missing out on life, miss out on sharing, a lonely, fearful. I think of somebody that's kind of closed in, like housebound or a sick person, a patient.
Hmm.
And very often sick people have have nothing to think about but themselves,
Hmm.
you know. Um, they're certainly not out there playing a basketball game.
Yeah.
What are you writing?
These were I'm writing lonely, fearful, sick, nothing to think about but self. Just kidding.
That's what I'm writing.
It's kind of interesting that that just by being lonely and fearful and sick leads to a state of the only thing I can think about is myself because I'm alone. So all I'm thinking. So it's like leads to a state of
Of sickness,
selfishness because I'm so lonely.
which is, I mean, that's a soul sickness.
Yeah.
That's a sickness. Selfishness.
Fear of losing oneself. So I'm thinking about like I want to go back to the nurse who works their whole career and then they retire only to have a heart
Mm.
attack, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and might you argue that the nurse that worked their whole career giving, giving, giving did lose their sense of self?
Hmm. They did.
Yeah.
They didn't have that balance
Yeah.
of the selfish giver.
You lose your sense of self, you're burnt out and you're lonely.
Yeah.
It feels like who it's like someone that's been just put to the grind, right? Like they're just they by losing the sense of self, they're giving. but not necessarily of themselves. They're almost giving because it's their duty, and they might be
Mhm.
giving on behalf of what the organization says they need to be doing, as opposed to giving from
Yeah.
where they originally started.
And you kind of question, is that even giving? You know,
Yeah, it's empty. It's empty giving
empty, lonely, fearful.
because
Yeah,
needing alone time could be a healthy. It could be
very much so.
the healthy
We
thing.
all need that,
Yeah,
you know. Everybody needs to be able to have alone time and to appreciate,
yeah,
well,
yeah. And that could be a self-care needing.
yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like if it's a state where I find myself needing it so much. I'm so burned out that I find myself literally alone, right? Like I find
mhm,
myself I've I've needed my alone time so much to the up to the point where I'm lonely. Um, I don't want to head in that direction. I don't want to head into the burned out. I don't want to head to be burned out and alone.
no. Mm-mm,
I'm just gonna say burned out and alone.
I like that. I mean, I don't like it, but that's what we have come to.
Yeah, it's like the way I like to wrap the game up is to just kind of think in terms of on a daily basis, if I see myself heading towards a state of being burned out and alone, then I feel like that's heading in the wrong direction. That's like
Yeah,
traveling in the path of towards the worst of the worst here. And
yeah. Red flags should go off if you're
yeah,
feeling that. You
yeah.
you should be thinking, oh wait,
Hmm.
I'm going in the wrong direction here. Let's do something different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Be a leader. Take
There you
charge.
go.
Yeah, move, that's hey, maybe I should take charge of my life, be a leader, you
Be a
know.
leader.
Yeah.
I'm
Live
going
in
to be
the
thinking about that one a
yeah.
lot. Being a leader. What does that mean even? But now I understand it better. This was great. Huh?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Be a leader. What is one thing you could do different after this, after we're done spending our time together?
Mhm.
What's one thing you could be like, I'm going to be a leader in this situation?
I think that I would want to be the person that says, okay, you are bugging me, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to be the leader and say, God bless you.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah. You stand up for, yeah, you're going to stand up for yourself or set some boundaries. Sounds like, um,
Well, I'm just thinking that so often we want to have our way and, you know, our way or the highway. And I think that the leader doesn't do that. The leader doesn't say my way or the highway.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's the thing that I think I'll take away from this. How about you? What are you going to take away?
the lead by example piece. Like if I am not exhibiting a behavior that I would encourage someone else to do, then I don't feel like I am acting in true leadership fashion, right? Like, because just thinking in terms, I didn't know that leader was going to come out of selfish and selfless. And so now I'm thinking like, okay, wait a second. If the leader is fully embracing selfishness and selflessness, then they have to be taking care of themselves, right? So what I want to take away from it is if I'm asking my team or my partner, if I'm asking anything of anybody else, because I think this is good. I think this is good for you. I best be acting, I best be taking care of myself that way too. I need to take care of myself the way that I ask other people to take care of themselves. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
this has been fun.
Yeah. I've had a good time. You make this very fun. This, I have to ask you a question though.
Yeah, of course.
The guitar on your bed,
Hmm.
it's there every time when you come on. Are you playing that guitar?
I'm learning just so, and I for Christmas, I've never played the guitar before,
Oh,
and I wanted to learn. And so on December 22nd, I had a former student of mine was so kind and offered, well, I asked, would you please take me guitar shopping? And he very kindly accepted and agreed to take me guitar shopping. And I bought an electric guitar, which is hanging right here. I'll show it to you.
oh, yeah.
And I never played. This is a
Ooh, nice.
Gibson Les Paul. Um, and I've been playing it every single day. I've been practicing I've been practicing every day since December 22nd. And at some point at the end of January, I said, wow, I have not missed a day. And I've got some business travel coming up. I, I sent a note to my former student who helped me buy this guitar, and I said, I don't want to miss a day when I'm traveling. I can't travel with it. I'm not traveling with an electric guitar. Like, what do you suggest? And he suggested this, it's kind of small. It's a little bit smaller than your typical
Oh,
acoustic
yeah.
guitar. Um, and so it's a travel size acoustic guitar. And, and boy, when I got it, I started practicing. Now I go back and forth between the two, and
Cool.
it's a
That's
big
great.
difference. It's like playing one versus the, I don't know. Do you play any instruments?
Well, I've been threatening to take up the cello, but I
Hmm.
don't play one. But I would like to be able to give Yo-Yo Ma a little run for his money.
There you go. It's never too late to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah,
Oh,
my mom, she passed away um I guess 6 years ago. Not quite yet. Um, but she must have been, like 70 or something. And she's like, I'm gonna go back to school and learn the piano. So she took up piano lessons, in her 70s. Um, and it's been fantastic. I've really, really loved, and I'm honestly coming to it with like zero guitar experience. Like I've, I've
yeah.
never played a tune on the guitar ever. I didn't take guitar lessons as a kid. I took some piano lessons as a kid, but it's a whole new like, let's see how this goes. And I've just been loving it. So
That's cool. That's very cool. Well, good luck with that.
thank you.
I'll let you know how the cello lessons go.
Well, maybe you can play a cello intro to the Halloween show.
Oh, no, no, no.
Halloween 2027 intro.
Oh, actually, there's a chord or two. Yeah, you could do that. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
just a very
Doo-doo.
subtle one
Maybe,
note.
yeah, that Jaws.
Hmm.
Da-dun-dun, da-dun.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no
If you
clue.
can play two notes, then you can do it as your intro, and
Hmm.
then you read a scary story. Um,
Yeah.
you'll have to have a flashlight the whole time that you read it, like
Oh, yeah.
in a
Yeah, yeah. You
dark
gotta
room.
have that flashlight going. Yeah. You're so funny. I'll be lucky if I ever finish that story.
All right, Pam, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I so enjoyed it.